Hi everyone, going to quickly tie a fly, a salmon fly called the Jeannie. Now basically, well, I tied this fly, it's not my fly, it's a well known pattern, and this is a Hairwing version I'm going to be tying. There was a winged version, and I believe it was instead of a brown hair, it was bronze mallard in this fly. But the first time I tied this fly, believe it or not, I was asked to tie a copy of a fly I was given to us in the River Doon, and the actual fly came from Megan Boyd. That's at the time when I was starting to tie a few salmon flies. Megan was retiring, so anyone that bought from Megan was desperate to get hold of some flies, and this is, I say, one of the flies I was given. Was a Jeannie, and so I'm going to tie it exactly as it was, the same way Megan tied it. And the gentleman I tied it for, unfortunately, is not longer with us, Rob. He was a gentleman for Lincoln, and it was by far one of his favourite salmon flies. It's a huge amount of faith in it, and I actually seen him catch many a fish with it when he fished the River Doon. So I'm going to tie it. So anyway, thread I'm going to be using, this is the Uni 80 in black. Now I have waxed the thread, so I'm just going to put down a layer of thread at this point. Now I always like to tie in my ribbon, my tag, the way down. And I'm using a small oval gold tinsel, which is going to form, as I say, the tag and the rib of the fly. It's quite easy to tie in, best to tie it on the way down. Saves a bit of bulk. Now I'm taking it to the midway between the thread, between the point and the barb, and then I'm going to form the tag by winding down the shank, or around the bend slightly, 4 turns. Now I'm going to bring the oval tinsel between the hooks, pull it tight. Yeah, I don't know if you can see that. And at this point I'll bring my thread up to lock it in. But what I like to do, because of the style of fly, I just quickly take my thread up, come back down. You may waste a wee bit of the oval tinsel, but it was a good way of separating the rib from the tag, so if you for some reason burst off the tag, at least it won't fall apart, you still have a rib on the fly. Tail, golden pheasant crest. I've got the crest, it's a golden pheasant, it's a bit twisted, but we can manage. So I'm going to take, actually I'm going to put 2 on this one. Now this is a size, it's a standard 6, so it's a standard shank. A lot of people tie it in low water as well, so but this is a standard shank. So a couple, there's 2 fibres there. Now I'm going to tie it the way I like, rather than following the set of rules. I actually like quite a long wing on it, so you're looking for a tail length to sort of balance that. So I'm going to tie body length, tail length, so that'd be, say, around there. Now, body's got 2 half, oh it's more, it's 2/3 is yellow. Now I'm going to be using the old Piersel silk. This is the marabou silk. This is a nice primrose yellow colour. Now I pull a strand out and I split it in half, because you only need half in this one. So, as I say, 2/3 of body length. Wee fibre there. And I'm going to catch it on and bind them in. Smooth as you can. Take your thread up. 2/3 of the way, as I say. One of the original ways I tied it was with a false hackle rather than basically a wound, a full hackle. So we bring our yellow up. I may just put a false hackle in this, and if you do, what you need to do is wind, or you want your body to get a wee bit closer to the head, so you don't need as much space to tie in a full hackle. So they're 2/3 of the way up. Trim away. Got blacks. This is just a rayon black that I have. It's fine. So we catch this in. And as you see, I cut the yellow floss the length of the remains of the body, just so there's no steps. And then we just finish off the body. Now if I was going to put a full hackle on, I would tie off here. Because I want to put a false hackle in, I'm taking it up a couple of mil more. Screw in your floss, trim away. You've got wax on my thread. Rub the body. 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 ribs, 5 turns. Screw in your rib. Trim away. False hackle, just use up some of the long hackles. In this case I'm just using, believe it or not, this is a cock hackle. This one's off a Chinese neck, so normally you'll find that they're quite soft and sharp at the top, soft at the bottom and sharp at the top. So what I do, now I've got a couple of flies, depends on how good the fibres are, out of one feather. So what you do is bring out, line up the ends, tear them off, just gather them up, just work your way up the feather, making sure the ends are right together. The odd one, just take it away. And then what I like to do then is just roll them to mess them up, or to mix them up anyway. Just roll within my fingers. The length of the fibres, well, it's really up to yourself. In this style, it's, you can see I've got it to probably towards the barb of the hook. Now you can pinch and lip up the way, or you can basically tie it on the top, but what I'm going to do here is just spread these fibres with my nail over the bottom half of the body. Just make sure there's wax on your thread. You can secure it in. See what it's like. Okay, and you can just tidy things up. Make a nice base of thread down, especially with the wax for the wing. Now I'm using, I would use stoat's tail in this fly, but I don't have any. But this is a great sub. This is Arctic Runner. Now I've dyed this dark brown. It was a kind of natural black, and I dyed it brown, so just to give it this colour. Now you want a reasonable amount of hair for this size of fly. You see how it tapers away with some nice long guard hairs. You don't need the extra long ones, but you can have a wee quick look. Adjust the hair a wee bit. You can always try it before you actually cut it off, make sure it's the way you like it. It's fine. When you're cutting away, cut it as close to the skin as you can. I usually remove any of the under fur first. These extra long fibres, I'll just take them out. Quick look at the length I want. As I say, I'm going to get a good taper in this fly. I like it a wee touch long. Normally if you were tying it with a standard wing, you know these fibres, it would be towards the end of the tail, but because I want it more sort of doubled up slightly, so at least the hook, if I balance, if you look at twice the body length for the wing, you'll get a nice shape in your fly. Kind of space style, if you want to call it. Now I'm going to trim this here and tie it in. So I'm going to make sure there's wax on my thread. Just offer the wing on the top. There's the cut ends, and I'm going to take the thread turns into the cut ends. So that's twice, and then one on top, and then a couple just to secure. Be quick, see how it's sitting. Just make sure they're sitting on the top. When you're happy, now you can, lots of people do different things. It's quite a slippy hair, the Arctic Runner. But if you tie it in like that, it's nice and strong. But if you want to make it a wee bit stronger, just put some varnish or some super glue. Just wind your thread over the cut ends. Come back up. Take away the excess at this point. Now basically that's the Jeannie. I do put jungle cork on them, so Got a couple of good size eyes here ready. Now I want these a good size, so I like a decent eye on this fly for that, just the way I like it. So I'm going to draw back, they're both together here, I'm going to draw back the fibres I don't want. And you can tear them away. Scratch my side here. Just take your time. Yeah. Just off them to the side of the eye, the wing. Come round with 2 or 3 turns. Just see how they're going to sit first. Make sure they're the right length. And they're sitting the way you like. That's fine. I'll just continue down. I'm going to fold back the stems. A couple of turns in front and then build up onto those stems. And just form a nice head. And don't be shy with the head of the fly. It's good to have a small head, but at the same time, it's in proportion with the fly, there's nothing wrong with it. And so I'm just making sure everyone's nice and smooth. I'm just going to whip finish and then I'll take away the waste. Keep the thread tight. I can ping these off, I'll just break them off. You need a cut if you can do that. Sometimes you don't want to do that, sometimes you do it. Just bring the jungle cork out a wee bit. Quickest way to varnish them, I like to, this is just use a super glue. Now you've got to be careful, just touch the head, rotate the vise if you can. It sets really quick. Doesn't take long to set, and once it does that, if you want a really nice shiny head, you want to, once that's dry, 2 coats of clear varnish, or even a coat of black varnish, then a coat of clear, and you'll have one of the shiniest heads that you can imagine. Now, it's a nice pattern. If you see this in the water, it's got a nice taper, it's got a nice length. As I say, I like to double up in the wing in this style. You can tie them to suit yourself. It could even be a wee slightly longer, I've done it many a time. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. The Jeannie is a great pattern, certainly one I'd recommend, and a colour combination that works really, really well. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed that, and until next time.